Being of Ukrainian, German, Hungarian, Prussian, French, Scottish, and Métis descent, it is difficult to place exactly where the tradition of the food pierogies came from for my family, but without a doubt this recipe was passed down from generation to generation within most of these cultures. Every family that continues to practice the tradition of pierogi making has their own specific recipe that is a representation of where that family comes from, even if the explanation of that representation was lost through the years. For instance, my family typically makes potato and cheese, cottage cheese, sauerkraut, and plum pierogies. Another Ukrainian family I know makes pierogies as well, but with potato and no cheese, cottage cheese, sauerkraut, and absolutely no dessert pierogies. In theory, a pierogi is simply a dumpling and could technically be made with any sort of filling. But ask any sort of family that practices this Eastern European culinary tradition, and while the recipes might vary somewhat, the core values of what a pierogi is remains the same. It is these values that pierogies represent that make them significant to my culture. For me, pierogies represent family. I make them with my family, and I enjoy them with my family. They are a bonding tool. I am connected with my ancestors through this dumpling recipe that has been passed down to my generation. I am a bridge to future generations of my family. I know I will pass on this traditional food because it is what I know and essentially a part of my own identity. I was raised by making and eating pierogies, and it is how I identify with where I come from and who I am.
Nos Dacha.